What's going on? You already know who it is in the building. It's your boy Town Biz. So I spoke to Bill a few hours ago, maybe about 2 hours ago, and we was game planning. And Bill and them is they got something they finna put together to get Devin back in the ring. And whether people like it or not, Devin is the face of boxing. Devin is slowly but surely becoming a household name. And it's so funny. This so-called chinny, feather-fisted, you know, silver spoon in his mouth kid from Oakland, is a nobody. He can't do this, he can't do that. But then at the end of the day, nobody wants to get in the ring with him. And I'm glad Bill made it official that 144 shit is off the table. Because now Bill actually know their worth. Bill and Devin know their worth. They are the algorithm. Their names is ringing. You know how I know Devin the most popular boxer on the planet, not named Terrence Crawford? Because when you can easily make an AI simulation of Devin Haney, that means people speaks on him a lot. And the thing is, like Devin, love Devin, mid with Devin, he keeping his boxing shit relevant. And the funny thing is, Devin Haney hasn't fought since November. But yet Devin Haney is still managed to stay in circulation, still having people talk about him. And like I said, no matter how much you want to hate on him and all this kind of stuff, you fans. But what I can't stand about a lot of y'all fake as hell. Y'all come on different outlets talking shit. Oh, yeah, yes. Screw the Hades. Can't stand Haney. But if you see him in person, can I take a picture with you? Can't stand people like you. Oh, that's off the table. There will be no 144 catch weight because Devin don't need Shakur. Shakur need him. While Shakur is gonna have and probably a rematch with De Los Santos, um, Devin is weighing his options. At the end of the day, Keyshawn showed what a total fool and a clown he is. I'm starting to think that Keyshawn Davis may have split personality. I'm starting to really believe that in him. This man went from saying, "Why won't nobody fight him?" He got bricks in his hands and all this kind of stuff to just, doing a full-fledged 360. I'm not a welterweight. I'm a 147 pounder. And how did I wake up becoming the number one contender in the mandatory? Nigga, you was the one saying you was the mandatory. At the end of the day, Keyshawn just like playing stupid if he's not playing stupid. Keyshawn is humiliated. Everybody pretty much turned on him, and for people that still trying to make excuses and trying to say he ain't a coward and he didn't duck the fade, Keyshawn is a flat out duck. He's a liar, and it's just time to call him what he is. He's a liar. I wouldn't believe nothing that come out of Keyshawn or Shakur Stevenson's mouth because they just continue to lie and deceive. And then they talking about that Bill name is deceiving the public. The only person that's deceiving the public is Keyshawn. Like I said, Keyshawn is full of shit. He's a mark. And that's all it comes down to. And then the fact of the matter is, I get so tired of these guys always trying to use God and stuff. Sitting up talking about God this and God that. You don't care about God. Like I said, so where was God when you decided to run into Albright's room after he beat your brother? These dudes kill with this stuff. These dudes, well, that's the thing. These dudes would rather fight on social media than get in the ring. So, like I said, there won't be no 140. There won't be no 144 catch weight. Or if he want to fight Devin, he got to bring his ass up to 147. Why should they have to compromise themselves? And I saw Cigar talk to him, but why can't you meet halfway? No. Shakur say he the best fighter on the planet, then go and prove it. You definitely ain't Bud. You definitely ain't Bud. So I don't ever want to hear people making that comparison, compare Shakur Stevenson to Terrence Crawford because he ain't Terrence Crawford. He definitely ain't. It's a slap in the face to compare Shakur Stevenson. Like I said before, Shakur is the B side going into any fight with Devin Haney, and Tim Bradley was just lying, and that's all it come down to. I just think Keyshawn might have been trying to cash out. That's why he might have been asking for five. So my thing is, what did he do in his career to have the audacity to believe he could ask for $5 million? 15 fights in. Brian Norman Jr. has more knockouts than Keyshawn Davis has fights. So three million was good enough for Brian Norman Jr. to fight Devin, but it ain't for Keyshawn. At the end of the day, what they were trying to do, they were trying to finesse Devin Haney out of his belt. They basically, and Shakur Stevenson was just stalling. They thought that basically Devin would give up the belt. And then basically say, "Oh well, I'm signed to fight somebody else," or or basically stall by saying, hey, I want you to fight at a catch weight and all this kind of stuff." And basically, they wasn't going for it. They just mad because Bill wasn't going for it. They couldn't finesse Bill. First of all, you can't hustle a hustler, and Bill saw right through it. I mean, he saw right through it. See, they thought that Devin was gonna be like, all right, man, I give up the belt and I'll fight. What? Like, first of all, who is Shakur Stevenson to tell somebody they got to give up their belt? Who the fuck is he to demand somebody give up their title? Like, for real, that took nerve right there. That showed me that he wasn't really about making no fight. All this was a stall tactic. Then here comes Keyshawn talking about, well, you know, I was just, I was just BSing. I'm really a 140 pounder. Blue Blood played the audio. Somebody must really like me. How I jumped the line. And he basically was saying what everybody else was saying. Like, bro, how did you skip ahead everybody? Mr. 15 fights in. Oh, everybody's scared of me. Why won't nobody fight me? So all that was for nothing. All them skits was for nothing. It was just it was just basically Keyshawn trying to cling on to Devin Haney and build a little bit of momentum, you know, off of Devin Haney's day without any intentions to fight him. This is what I keep saying. If Devin Haney is such easy work, then like I said before, why don't you sign a contract, Keyshawn? So I don't want to hear nothing from them dudes. I don't hear nothing from them dudes trying to speak on Devin Haney. They can't, like, for real. Shakur ain't trying to fight. Rolly wasn't trying to fight. Tiafimo wasn't trying to fight. Tank wasn't trying to fight. None of these dudes is trying to get in the ring with Devin. None of them. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. Shakur Stevenson, aka Shakur Twitterson. That's all he good for. And he tries to run to cigar talk and try to, like, we saw the play. Then he tries to play matchmaker by sitting up saying, why don't you go fight Boots? Like, why don't you go fight Boots? Oh, and give my brother. Like, man, if Keyshawn have no idea, he being made a fool out of him. But then again, he's played a pivotal role in making a fool out of himself and making himself come across as a fool. How could anybody at this point trust anything that come out of Shakur Stevenson's mouth or Keyshawn Davis? My thing is, if you care so much about how much uh Keyshawn making, why don't you promote why don't you put up the money for Keyshawn's salary? You know, but then again, it wouldn't matter if that it wouldn't matter If Devin somehow, some way got Shakur to put up 4 million for Keyshawn's salary, Keyshawn still wouldn't take the fight. You know, the funny thing is, I was cracking up because I had a long conversation. I spoke to, what's face for some reason. Him and his father is fond of me. I don't know why, because I refused to interview him. He was trying to get me to interview him because he like, Tiafibo Lopez like attention. So he came up speaking to me, and I told Tiafimo to his face. I said, dude, why you keep doing this monkey shit, bro, and this monkey and banana shit? Like, bro, you supposed to be bigger than that. And he talked about, I was trying to sell the fight, and people should take a. I was like, how could people not take offense to that? He talked about he ain't gonna do it no more. But you said that the last time, dude. Like I said, bro, I'm trying. I told him straight up. I said, dude, you need to go with that, dude, because the right people ain't stepped to you about that. I'm just like, bro, what? Like, stop it. I'm like, stop it. I spoke to him and his father, like, about a whole bunch of things. But yeah, I had to, talk about that on the side note. Like I told him straight up, I don't like that banana and gorillas and all that stuff. Like, dude, stop saying that shit before you really run across somebody that ain't gonna be going for that stuff. That ain't gonna give a damn about you being no boxer. Like I said, what do boots have to do with you not fighting Devin Haney, bro? Always trying to deflect. Like, why don't you go fight Boots? Once again, you can go up to anywhere from 147 to 154 for being, but you don't want to fight Devin at 147. Okay. Help me understand that, dude. All Shakur Stevenson do is contradict himself. And then as he talking to Najee, he openly admitted that, well, you need to go fight Boots. You don't got me, you don't got Rolly, you don't got Keyshawn. So, I mean, was this organized? Is Devin Haney being frozen out? That's even worse. But this is why Devin Haney is the face of boxing. It, I'm just keeping it 100. It's sad. It's sad how these dudes damn. I've been watching boxing a long time, and it's just downright despicable to just see these dudes how they conduct themselves. And it's just no other way to sum it up. It's just an embarrassment to the sport. Me being the age that I am, watching boxing and loving boxing from you know the purity of boxing. These dudes don't know how to sell fights. They don't know how to promote fights. Like, the thing is, they so dumb. Just like Andre Darrell. Andre Darrell is dumb too. Like, I seen him capping for Keyshawn. Andre Darrell, sit your goofy ass down. You the same nigga that threw a temper tantrum, nigga, when I asked you, I don't want to do an interview, and was sitting up crying when you thought you got flatlined by Arthur Abraham. Just keeping it a buck. Yeah, he always hating on them. Then he trying to go get on his platform, trying to talk all tough like he like, bro, you a wankster. All these dudes is wanksters. They mouse pad mobsters. Keyshawn is a wankster. Tank is the biggest wankster out there. Tank is another mouse pad mobster. That's all he do. Now, he wasn't nowhere to be found before the Lamont Roach fight. Then all of a sudden, Lamont Roach loses. Then here he come. But we all know you ducked it. We all know that you ducked the rematch. We all know you wanted no parts of Lamont Roach. So you sitting up talking about him losing. Well, you had a draw in a fight that a lot of people thought that you should have lost. But these dudes never talk about themselves. They like to talk about other people. So, you know, it's expected. It's expected. You know, these dudes really need publicists because them speaking on their own behalf, not a good look. You know. Anyway, just wanted to get that across town.